Hello, Giulietta here, and we've got a quick one today, a 30-minute video, which will wake up the body and warm us up on these chilly days. So let's get started. So yeah, maybe bringing some back relaxers in, just gently swaying the back, just starting to warm up the body a bit. And then we'll breathe in and down. We'll do 5 of these. Bring in. And let's tap. Waking up the arms. And massaging that lower back. Tapping down. Shake out those legs a little bit. Yeah. Shaking out the legs. And let's actually do some heel pumps, which are, the heels come up as the toes stay down. It's quite a good way to warm up the ankles and the legs, get the circulation going. So if you've been sitting for a long time, this is a really good one to do. Just do a few rounds of those. Okay, so we'll turn the music on for the Caribbean Blue. Some of you have been doing this for ages, so I invite you to think about when you are moving your bubbles, move from your core. What does that mean? So, rather than moving from the hands, see what happens if you move from your core. Just have a play with that. So here's the music. Back relaxer. And roll it. And sunrise. I'd like to propose that we keep that awareness of the core as we now do tap, tap, step. So think about, what does it feel like if we're thinking about moving our core along with the tap, tap, step? Just give it a try. I'll put some music on for the tap, tap, step. Tightrope walk. Again, what happens if we move from the core? Okay, and let's balance a bit, coming up on the toes and down. And if we do move from the core, I find it gives me much better balance. And holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, maybe one more, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Shake out any tension that has crept into the calves. And we'll have some one-leg stands. So maybe having a chair to hang on to, or putting a finger on the wall or the door. So coming up again, what would it feel like to start this movement in the core? As long as you're challenging your balance, this one is working for you. So if your balance is challenged holding it, great, you're working at a good level. If you are very solid like this, then I would say challenge your balance, because that will make all the muscles work that bit harder, so that they understand how to come into alignment and our balance improves. All right. Okay, coming down. You might want to do a few of those heel lifts to ease out the tension. And let's come to the other side. I'm feeling quite stable today here, so I'm going to move to challenge my balance. And again, try to move from the core. Start the movement with the core. Where does the core need to be to kick out? Where does it need to be to kick back? Kick to the side even. All right. If you don't want to move the leg, but you want to challenge the balance, move the arms. And down. All right, we'll move that out a bit. Let's get the ball. Okay, so we'll start with our nice wrist strengtheners. Shoulders down, don't let them creep up. Notice what the core is doing, that whole region here. And yes, lovely, easing out the wrists. Easing out the wrists. And let's be a teapot again. Notice what happens when we move from the core in this one. This is one of those funny ones where kind of the more correctly we do it, the harder it is. At least for me. As soon as another muscle engages and I'm a little more aligned, it's actually hard work. Okay, nice. And we'll take those balls and we'll do a little bit of an inner thigh strengthener. Inner thighs coming together. Okay, now since we have the ball there, why not? We can do some squats with the ball between the legs. So it makes the legs engage a little bit more. And remember with squats, bum goes backwards, knees are not coming too much, not coming over the toes basically. So squats, you can put the arms out if you want a little more intensity. This is a good heat builder. So hopefully we won't be cold after this one. All right, that's probably enough. And we'll get the band. Let's do some arm work before we do the shoulder opening. So I'm going to untie my band, step on it. It's coming out the outside of the foot, grabbing it at about hip height, and thumb moves towards shoulders. I invite you to, again, notice what that core is doing. If it's not doing anything, I tell mine, okay, engage a little bit. We still need to be able to breathe though. Okay, 8 or 10 on one side. And then we'll switch sides. That's a bit easy, so I'm gonna move my hand downwards, make it a little more challenging. Okay, nice. And let's that back. So breathing in and down. In and out. For a few people, the opposite breath works. So if it works better for you to breathe out when we open, that's fine. I breathe in and out. Notice that core. Is it engaged? Okay, lovely. And then we'll do a little bit of shoulder loosening. So possibly, tying that band in a nice loop, about shoulder width or slightly larger. Now, if for any reason tying the band does not make sense or is not a good idea, you can just double it up and hold it. I like to tie it and keep my palms towards each other. So we'll first come up, and we really do need to hang on to the core for this one. Otherwise, our back can overarch. So coming up just as high as feels comfortable. So I do go all the way up because I have good shoulder flexibility today. But if, there's an injury or it just feels completely too tight, this is already good and coming down. So your choice how high you would like to go. Okay, since we have the band here, might as well do a few ellipticals one way and the other way. And then we'll come to pulling our arms behind us and back. Again, I've got to hang on to the core here, because if I don't, I will sway, it's not good for the back. Okay, so hanging on to the core, maybe doing 3 of these. Fantastic. Okay, so we can put the bands away. Time's racing, so it's time for the Tai Chi. If you do have a little bit of water nearby, it's a good time to have a little sip of water. A little bit of a shakeout. And then we'll come to the Tai Chi and stretch section of our video. Coming to that nice, comfortable stance, breathing in and out. And bird arms. And hugging the tree. And let's be the wave. Both legs bent. come up and down. In the fountain, breathing in, fountaining down. And reversing the movement, so coming up on the in-breath and down the center. And perhaps watching one hand at a time. If it's okay for neck tension and dizziness. If it's not, just keep your head straight to the front. Otherwise, watching that hand with interest. Ooh. Breathing out. One more each side. Okay, and imagine we're stroking a beautiful pearl. So this moves the hips side to side, the hand stroking this pearl, giant pearl. And then we'll bring those hands to the center. Hello, core again from the outside. It can feel quite nice to move the hands around in a circle, one way and the other way. Lovely. Maybe taking a few deep breaths into the hands, into the belly. And then we will stretch out the upper back by hugging that, that tree, and the head possibly looking down, stretching the neck away from the shoulders. Opposite open chest stretch. One arm heavy, the other arm comes up. And then other arm heavy, opposite arm comes up. Very nice. We have time. We do have time to just quickly go to the wall. So at the wall, front leg bent, back leg straight. Stretching out the back leg. Other side. I'm lifting and lowering my heel of the back leg to stretch it out. And then still against the wall, or maybe against a windowsill or table even, flattening the back, legs apart. Feeling that lovely stretch down the spine. And then walking towards the wall to come up. Okay, very nice. So we'll just bring that shoulder across a few times. Opposite shoulder across. Shoulders up to the ears and down. Up to the ears and down. Up to the ears and down. And then we'll look down and center, or down and slightly up, depending on your neck. Any pain or tension going up, don't go up. Just down and center is enough. And we'll also look right and left. keeping it slow to prevent any dizziness. And then this lovely one, ear towards shoulder, ear towards opposite shoulder. And we can semicircle. Great, maybe give the shoulders a roll after that. It's all connected, head and neck and shoulders. Rolling those wrists, give them a nice roll. We'll keep the roll going. Rolling the hips one way helps massively to bend the knees. And rolling the other way. Let's roll the ankles either sitting down, popping a hand on the wall or the chair, rolling the ankle one way and the other. And other side. I can hold the thigh if the leg is getting tired, or sit on a chair. It's probably easier. Okay, lovely. Shaking out, shaking out. So that was short, but quite energetic. So I hope you're feeling warmer, stronger, and more relaxed. So let's breathe in, coming down, breathing in. And one more to Namaste. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.